You guys, it has been probably 2 months since I picked up a camera. No joke. And I mean, maybe in your world, by the time I post this, it won't have lapsed 2 months. Maybe it will. I don't know. But it's been 2 months. Things were so crazy busy around here. Um, Market season was starting, and then the weather. It was the weather. It just rained and rained and rained and then rained some more and flooded things and things died and more things died and all kinds of stuff. So I figured, you know what? I have two sleeping babies. The other two are doing homeschool. Why not do as I do and just pick up the camera? So it is May 1st today. Today is May 1st. We've actually had one farmer's market. It was called a moonlight market, which is normally farmers markets are on Saturdays from 8 to noon. That's pretty typical for a lot of places. This particular market was on Saturday, but it was 5 to 8. So it was shorter hours. Plus, it was at nighttime. So the crowd was completely different. The vendors, there were a lot more food trucks, for dinner and popcorn and candy stuff, things like that. But there were also vendors like us. And the reason we went was because we wanted to kind of introduce ourselves to that farmer's market because we've never been there before. And so we figured, hey, in the off chance that some people are coming that also anticipate coming to the normal farmers markets 8 to noon on Saturdays, maybe we can kind of introduce ourselves and show them what we've got. And the hope and dream was one of the things we were going to bring was radishes. And we didn't bring radishes. They don't look too great. They don't look too great. I mean, granted, they're like in these little tiny, I guess you'd call them windowsill boxes. We've had these for many, many years. The plan was just to bring something, like a little something of produce. But yeah, they've got a little notch out. You could put it, I think this is a 1x6. And you could also put it on a 2x4. So it's either a 2x6 or 1x6. I think it's a 2x6 or a 1x4, depending on which notch you use. But yeah, we had all those storms I was talking about, and wind and rain, and we have a cat that likes to get into some things. And these planter boxes, this one specifically, fell over. Long story long, we didn't bring radishes. So that was one dashed dream. So we didn't bring that. Another thing we were anticipating on bringing was spring onions, and that didn't work out either. We had those planted over in the, can we see behind me? I'll have to walk over there later, but there's inside of our chicken run, there's some large IBC totes that have been cut in half, and Brent uses those as planters, and they're self-watering. One of these times I'll have to take you on a little tour on how those things work. It's more his speed. Ah, the sun. You guys know how I get about the sun. But anyway, we planted some spring onions and radishes and other things over there. Spinach, I think it was spinach that he planted. Chickens got in there because gates got left open. You kind of see where that's going. So we didn't end up bringing that stuff either. So, but I can show you the status of our produce fields that will hopefully be flourishing during market season. Now, I don't know if you remember last time. These are all onions here. And they're really kind of hard to see because they're just infiltrated with a bunch of crabgrass. This particular field was not tarped last year, and it wasn't, I want to say it was tilled, but it certainly wasn't tarped. And that's the big delta. Versus if we go over to my potato fields, I say my potato fields like I'm so proud because I did them. God willing, you could just allow them to be wiped out any minute. But they're kind of like my one baby thing that I got going on out here. So we see the onions covered in grass. We see the potatoes. Where's the grass? Hello? No grass. Thank you, ma'am. Now you'll see a little bit, obviously, because nothing's perfect, but there's no grass. It's significantly just better looking, and the poor onions I'm afraid might get choked out eventually. We'll see how it goes. We have this tool, I think Brent calls it a one-man hoe. I don't know. It's like an old-fashioned push-behind hoer. I don't see it laying around. Oh yeah, it's over there. I'll go show you what it is. And he thinks that could probably help break up the grass, but it's not going to be perfect, especially considering how close these onions are planted together. I think I took you guys on that journey of planting onions. Here, I'll give you a better close-up. I mean, it's just, you know, you get what you put in, right? I mean, you could choose to be depressed about it. I'm choosing not to be. Or you can choose to be just grateful for what you're getting and recognizing the amount of work that you chose to put in versus the results. You know, you just kind of get what you get. So this is the one-man hoe. Here, let me flip this camera around. Okay, here's the one-man hoe. I tried to pick it up with one hand, but that proved to be difficult. Okay, here we go. So, those, I want to call them prongs, tongs, fingers, whatever. You push behind it, and I'm not pushing down very hard, but you see it just tears up the dirt behind it. So that's weeding. And it's really super simple to do. It's just, you know, a different tool, I guess, that we use. That is his grandmother's, which I think may have been her mother's. I'm going to go with it's at least it was his grandma's. And she is still living, but she no longer lives on her farm anymore. They had a dairy. It wasn't dairy. Was it dairy? Yeah, it was dairy. I was going to say beef, but I think it was a dairy farm. So, of course, you know, every farm had a little garden, but she had one of those. She doesn't live there anymore. She lives in a assisted living, and so she let him have that. So behind us, this is kind of new to you guys. What did Brent call these? Cattle panels. These cattle panels are what's in between them on the ground currently, aside from the grass, is sweet peas. I think it was sweet peas. Something peas. There's some peas. And let me see if I can get a close up. Man, it just looks like grass. Peas. There's a pea. And so he has this set up. There's a tomato. There's another tomato over there. You might be able to look down the way and see a bunch of tomatoes. I want to say they're spaced every 2 feet. So the idea is that they are like companion plants, and they will both be trellising up, climbing up the cattle panels, and wahoo, yay, yay. So tomatoes are planted, onions are planted. Garlic, I can give you an update on garlic. Right next to these onions here. So here's our garlic. So these were not tarped, but you can see that these were hayed. Strawed, we'll call them strawed. They're mulched with straw. So there's significantly fewer weeds and grass and stuff like that in the way because we use that. So there's different options. Do nothing, tarp it, use straw. I guess you can put chemicals on it. We don't do any chemicals. We're try to do all natural kind of stuff. So we don't do any of the chemicals, but we do worm tea. I don't know if y'all are familiar with worm tea, but occasionally we'll do that. And when we have some pest issues, we'll spray some plants occasionally with the worm tea. The long and quick of it is it's like the dirt that the worms have eaten through and kind of pooped out, and it's really great dirt. And you soak it in water, the dirt matter, worm tea, and then it makes worm tea. It's like a muddy looking liquid that's you can spray on houseplants. Really great for houseplants. But we have it in such large quantities, we spray it on all the things if we need to. So, anyways, what else do we have? It looks like something is planted over there because it is spaced, but I don't remember him saying that anything was planted right there. But that sure looks pretty evenly spaced, no? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. Comment down below if you knew what that was before I do. I'm going to give it 3, 2, 1. Okay, those are peppers. That's what those are. We actually just bought those from another farmer at the farmer's market that we went to last Saturday. We got peppers from them last year and they did so well, and we love supporting fellow farmers, and so we bought some more peppers from them and they look great. The dirt looks a little worse for wear and they got nailed with the rain. Like, I don't need to get, that's looks like a little pancake. So I don't know. We'll take you on a journey. But like, there's a bunch that are looking great and a bunch that are not. We do have rabbit problems, so like, what the heck happened there? Oh, you guys. As I'm talking, I'm getting flashbacks of like the days of yesteryear, which is like less than 3 days ago. We had a hailstorm. That's what it was. We had a hailstorm. That's what killed the pepper plants. That's an unfortunate deal. Yeah. If I have a video, okay, I do actually have a video. I'm going to insert it now and kind of talk over. But this hailstorm, we were inside and I genuinely thought that the UPS or USPS had thrown a package up against the garage doors. And I was like, dang, that's rude and that's loud. And then it happened again. I was like, dude, what on earth? I don't even remember ordering any packages. I'm not like one of those like, oh wow, there's Amazon packages every day. No, it was just, whoa, dude, chill. So I started going to the garage to check out what was happening, and I heard it again, and then it got faster. I was like, wait a minute, something's going on that's not package delivery. So I looked out the window, went back in the house, looked out the window, and we had these hail balls all over the place. It was really kind of cool, but the greenhouse, I think, took some damage. I actually have not walked over to see it, but like I said, it's been so busy. I have not escaped from the house, and I will show you why in a few minutes, but I've just been busy. So I'm out here. I have genuinely not in 2 weeks, and that's kind of sad, really, because I saw them every single day, was feeding and watering them. There's our amazing ram, Abra Ram. I was feeding and watering them every day for 2 to 3 months, and just things got busy. And so I had to offload those chores of feeding pigs and collecting eggs, the things that kind of like I honestly was enjoying because it gave me a fresh air experience versus being cooped up in the house. But it got to the point where that's the bottle lamb. She's like, Mom, I see you, but you're fine. She's about off the bottle, whether she wants to be or not, because I'm done. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I found that I needed to be in that house more. First and foremost, my job is to nurture and teach and mother the children that I gave birth to. So, that's of the utmost importance. And when I'm choosing or not choosing or whatever, for however it comes about, distracted with other things, those responsibilities of being a mom and managing, chaos and disciplining, I have a 2-year-old, disciplining and things like that, they fall to the wayside, and that's really not good. It snowballs out of control. And so, I mean, if you're a parent, you know. So I'll show you the blueberries. Ooh, that zoomed in. Well, of course, the pile of crap behind it. Ignore that. The trees are nice. They have some leaves on them. Oh man, here come the chickens. They're like, we hear the lady. We hear the lady run. She may have food. I don't have food. I'm just out here chilling. And of course, I did mention several videos ago that I needed to weed the strawberries. I did get around to it, but it was too late. And I think even when I was over here telling you about how I needed to do that, I gave you this big speech about how if you don't take care of your things, they won't take care of you. And that's just kind of what happened. But again, to strike the point home, first and foremost, I am a mom. So just kind of is what it is. But there's the orchard. It is growing. We have some chickens over here. We acquired yet another pool for the ducks, so they have 2 pools now. Because why not? Hello. No food for you. Oh, I need to come out here again and do the asparagus. These things are like weeds. I mean, they just keep going. I should do that though. When I get off the video here with you guys, I'm going to have to come back out and pick them because we're going up to my parents' house this weekend, and that would be a really good thing to bring, and they can roast or not, whatever they want to do with them. We just have so many, it's really difficult for me to use them a lot. Of course, trash. And that is actually my trash. Let's see what else. Oh, it was supposed to be on the agenda to trim the... I did not get around to it, but Brent did. It was one of those... I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Probably a weed, and I'll regret it. But he trimmed the lavender bushes. It was one of those days where I'm out here weeding potatoes, weeding onions, weeding garlic, and he sees me busting my butt, and he's like, I should probably be doing some stuff. Not that he doesn't ever do stuff. I'm just saying, like, when I'm outside doing things, he tends to do extra things because, you know, I think that's human nature. Us. It could be just us, but I don't think so. It's just we motivate each other. When we see each other grinding, it keeps us both going, which can be good and bad, right? Like, your body needs rest. And sometimes we can push each other both past a good state too far. Hi, Miss Kitty. Hello. Hello. Could you stop beheading bunnies and leaving them all over the ground? That'd be great. Because that's gross. Yeah, I don't think we have any more baby bunnies around here anymore. Seriously, she like spent a week and KO'd a bunch of them. Let's see. Oh, we have stuff in the greenhouse. Let's check it out. Here's my comfrey. Let's see. Okay, we have some peppers that we planted ourselves after round 2, because if y'all remember, we lost our entire crop for this 2026 season in one day when the doors were closed. So we've started over and we're doing a lot less. Let's see if I can find any hail punctures. I don't see. Well, this is pretty bad. We've had this Climapod greenhouse and we've moved it once. We've had it for 6 years now, 5, 6 years. And it's still standing. Like, it's worse for wear. But, you know, you kind of get what you get with it. If I were to do it all over again, I don't know. It's hard to say because in that moment, where we were located with the resources we had and yada yada, that was the best solution. Knowledge that we had. So, I can't say I would change anything. So, it is Butcher Day tomorrow for the meat birds. Oh, I just saw a mouse. Or a mouse run across the 2x8. So I'll show you what they look like before they end up in the freezer. There's some big chickens. We lost so many of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 15. And we started with 24. I don't know what it was with this batch, but like even just like 3 weeks ago, I was out here and I found 2 of them just lying there dead. Unknown reasons. Don't know. There are some of them, I guess I could show you a little bit closer, that look paler. But you know, that could be the difference between boy girl. I don't know. I don't know. You know, and then you look at that little guy and it's like, bro, you are so uncomfortable. Like, it's time to go. And that one's waddling. It's just, they're getting so, it's the humane thing to let them go. So butcher day's tomorrow. I'm not going to film that. But just to keep it real with you, things like that exist on the farm. So that's not going to cover us for the year because I really needed 24 for our own personal chicken stash for the year. But that's fine. You know, we had a really good experience with it last year. We maybe lost 1. And then, you know, the chicken made it, as far as the freezer chicken, food source made it through the year for us, which was great. But this year was terrible, so I would try it again another year. These poor pigs. It has rained. It has rained so much. Everything's destroyed. Now this is destroyed by you or you. I don't know which one of you. One of you. And I know you don't like to be in this smaller pen, but the reality is that the pen that they were in, this one right here. Hey girly, you guys have already eaten, so this one right here, it's suspiciously, it's like quicksand. I tried to put them back over on this pen whenever I was out here last, so maybe like 3 weeks back, and they just sunk all the way up past their bellies. And I was like, oh, this is not good. Especially, we're trying to breed these these pigs. Like, I don't need them struggling to get physically elevated above mud. Hi guys. So our meat pigs, where are they at? Girls. They're in there. Girls. I think their butcher day is on the calendar. It's actually like a week from now. Their butcher day is on the calendar from a week from now. That was like based on cost of food and all that good stuff. I mean, what? Hi, piggies. But they don't look big. Now, I think I mentioned this on a different video, but those meat pigs that we have back there, we bought them from another local farmer down the road because we couldn't get this breeding thing figured out. And we still needed meat for our own personal resources. And so those pigs are actually not our breed. They're like a mix of Duroc and Hampshire and maybe some Tamworth in there. Maybe ours are purebred, registered Tamworth pigs. So we're very familiar with their growth rate. It's very fast. And they have, you know, an extra rib or whatever on them so you get more bacon. You know, there was a reason why we went with those. But either way, those other pigs are looking to be extremely slow growers, which is a little disheartening. So I'm going to have to, after this weekend, probably get with Brent and see if we're still on track for that butcher date, because I haven't called the butcher because they just don't look done. These rams, I don't want to witness shenanigans. But the two in the front, not the one laying on the ground, but the white one in the front and the black and white one that are rubbing on the gate right now, they have gotten out one too many times in the last 2 weeks. And, shockingly, we don't know how it's happening. So, you know how that happens. No, Miss Kitty, you have to stay outside. Okay, we're back in the garage. No, I have not cleared this wall off. Keep reminding me, though, I might get around to it. Just might do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I told you I was going to show you what I've been busy doing outside of, raising children, just being like a better, more attentive mother. Farmers markets have started. I, as a contribution to our farmers market stand, do baked goods. So we do baked goods, honey, meat, produce, some home goods occasionally, if I can get them to pan out for me. But I've got these baked goods here. I'm going to show you my stat. This is what we're bringing. Oh, that is too zoomed in, buddy. There we go. Okay. We have bread loaves. We have cookies. These are black and, well, crimson and black for the local sports team. This cookie's kind of crooked. Well, let's pick a better one. It is Cinco de Mayo coming up. So the green didn't pop quite as much as I wanted it to, but it is a dye-free sugar sprinkle. So that's kind of you get what you get there. But I've got the red, white, and green, and then another local sports team, blue and white. And then you see under there's chocolate chip cookies. I also have a cinnamon sugar cookie. All of this is sourdough. This loaf is started with a sourdough, like I don't know if you pronounce it levain or leaven. And then after that does its fermentation process, I boost it with yeast. So it doesn't taste super sourdoughy. It tastes amazing, but it does have yeast in it. These are my sourdough English muffins. This has only sourdough in it, no yeast. So you're going to get the sourdough flavor there. I made these for fun this week because, why not? Banana mini loaf with a little brown sugar streusel on top. My kids like that. And then that was left over from last week. So, which was great because last week I went with 2 of those collapsible crates, and that's all I came back with was, Brent. So I'm happy with that. I think this time I'll probably come back with even more just because, look at the amount of little mini sugar cookies I have. I think I'll sell out of the bread because I only have 12 loaves. The English muffins, I only have 12 packs of those. I think I'll probably sell out of those. I hope so anyway. I doubt I'll sell out of the banana nut loaves, or there's no nuts, sorry. Banana mini loaves. There's only 10 of those. I made 36, which is 12 of each color scheme, 12 of the blue and white, 12 of the crimson and black, 12 of the Cinco de Mayo theme cookies. 36 bags total. Last week, that's what I came back with. I showed you right there. I came back with 2 of these sugar cinnamon cookies. I'm okay with that because I really like these. More than my chocolate chip cookies. I've kind of adapted. So, anywho's, I think I'll probably come back with some of those as well. But I hope to come back with 0. That would be the ultimate goal. So I just wanted to show you that and just show you what I've been up to. It's been really busy, really great, but busy. And I got the computer fixed today. The keyboard just suddenly stopped working about 2 weeks ago, which really added to my lack of motivation to film videos because I need my computer to edit the videos. And I didn't have that option. So anyway, I don't really have much else to say, but just, thank you. I just want to give you guys a life update and I want to check in, and I'm still here. It's just farmers market season starts officially tomorrow. Officially. We're very excited, but it's grind time. So, you guys have a blessed week and we'll see you later. Bye.